Hey guys, Joey Morgan here. Welcome to my very first commentary on this channel. I'll be doing all these commentaries and this one and ones in the future with Briar Hardo 2, Brian Corrigan. Not going to waste too much time with this intro because I do want to get right into it, but a few things to get out of the way. First off, if you don't know how this works, I'm going to give you guys a countdown for each episode. So when I say 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1, go. On go, you're going to hit play and you're going to watch the episode with us. You could have it on mute or a really low volume, and we'll be doing a commentary on it. Should be really fun. Second thing, I'll leave the timestamps in the description for each part. So if you want to, watch this in little increments, do it by separate episodes. I figured just putting this all in one video was the best way to do it, to get the content out to you guys the easiest and the fastest, and the best way to enjoy, so we can get a consistent view count. So, without further ado, allow myself and Brian Corrigan to take you into a rewatch of the 7th Doctor serial, Remembrance of the Daleks. Alright, so in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is a story I've seen 10 million times.
It's my favorite.
Oh, really, Brian? I never would have fucking guessed.
I fucking love it. It's the ultimate thing.
Ultimate fan wank?
Oh shit. The subtext of this scene is woo.
Fuck off.
Woo. Just like,
oh, but see, okay, but is it better than 80s CG though?
I thought that was 80s CG. Or were those model shots with a screen in front of it?
Well, I don't know. I doubt 80s CG rendering could make a realistic Earth like that,
I mean, it could make this blue sphere thing.
Yeah, but is it realistic at all?
Does the TARDIS look like the TARDIS? Yes.
Yeah, but does it look like it's actual?
Does Sylvester McCoy's face look like Sylvester McCoy's face? Yes.
Does it even move though, like Earth did? No.
That's true.
By Ben Aronovich. What a man, Ben Aronovich.
I like how in this story they cast everyone based on how much they looked like previous Doctor Who characters.
Pretty much.
It's like if you were going to do a story with basically all the old Doctor Who characters, why did you feel the need to make them different characters?
Because fan wank and countermeasures.
But countermeasures wasn't even a thing.
Oh shit. I used to really not like McCoy's white tannish outfit there, but it's actually really grown on me.
I had the opposite problem with McCoy's outfit because at first I really liked his tan one, and then I saw the one with the brown coat and fell in love with it.
I think because my first McCoy story was Curse of Fenric, so the brown jacket was just what I always saw McCoy as. So when I saw the tan one, I was like, oh fuck no. But now I'm actually like, yep, that's actually kind of the best, other than his V&A outfit, which is just.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the tan one, and I guess it comes to mind when I think of his Doctor, but the brown one overall looks better.
I agree, but I think overall, just for the sake of being different, really, I'm just like, oh well, the brown is what I always went with, but it's kind of a nice change up for me, even though for most people it's the other way around.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. One thing that really fucking bothers me in this story?
That girl?
Well, the music, specifically. I hate it. I hate how they always use Ring Around the Rosie, and it just pisses me off, because it's such generic. It's such generic horror movie, it just pisses me off.
Well, I like how it kind of matches up with her singing Hopscotch.
Yeah, but do they need to keep doing it afterward?
I mean, compared to shit that the shit that Murray Gold pulled in the new series, it's actually pretty nice and quiet.
Yeah, fair, fair. Oh, this cunt.
Actually, that's a lot of people have a problem with the late 80s Doctor Who music, specifically in this story and I think Curse of Fenric.
I forget.
Uh,
Did Dominic Glynn do this one?
no, I think it was Kef who did
Oh,
this
okay.
one.
All right.
But
Because I love Dominic Glynn stuff. This soundtrack, it's all right.
see, my
I'm,
problem with the last soundtrack Dominic Glynn did, which was Survival, is it's so much a product of 90s low budget television that it sounds like the Goosebumps TV
well, you
show.
know what? I know I love the Survival soundtrack because I just appreciate how 90s it is. Like
Like
just how ready Doctor Who as a show was to be the fucking 90s.
like you watch Goosebumps, right? Goosebumps was one of my favorite little kids shows, and throughout Survival, I just hear Goosebumps, not Doctor Who. And I mean, it's not bad background music by any means, but it's just like it's so obviously '90s that it kind of hurts
Eh,
sometimes.
I I don't know. I appreciate the 90s aspect of it. But what I also appreciate is how just out of nowhere the proto unit.
What?
I just love how like out of nowhere the Doctor meets up with proto unit here.
Ah,
It's not like he was necessarily expecting to find them.
proto unit. Wah wah. Literally, the only reason you can't do a multi character throughout the 50 years story here is because the writer decided to set it in 1963, where none of the things that Doctor
Yeah,
has
yeah.
done on Earth have taken effect yet. Because doesn't this take place like the night after the TARDIS disappeared with Ian and Barbara
Yeah,
inside?
yeah, it's like immediately after. Although I do feel like the story is yeah, it's immediately after, but I feel like the story is absolutely fan to have like a rough body double of Hartnell entering the TARDIS and just see them leaving.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Actually, I think that's in his novelization of it. Yeah, the
No, it's
novel.
not.
Yeah, it is. The novelization opens up with
I've read, yeah, I've
the
read
Doctor going into the TARDIS. Bitch, I will pull it off my bookshelf
oh
right
yeah, but I
now.
mean like if in well yeah, yeah, I know I've read the novel, Brian, but I think like as a TV story, they would have like somebody seeing the TARDIS leaving here. Hey, it's
I
proto
mean, the fact that it's in the
brig.
novel probably meant it was in a rough draft of the script, and the producers were just like, nah, you can't have that.
Yeah. Ace is totally a communist. I don't know why they made it Mel
I was so
in
confused when I
Red
figured out that
Planets.
this was Ace's first story as a like proper companion because just
Why?
well because I had watched it so many times when I was little, and then when I finally bothered to look up where Ace first appeared, this was before I had seen Dragonfire for the first time. I was kind of like, really? That's her first
Hmm.
trip in the TARDIS? Okay. She seems really accustomed to it. Then of course I watched Dragonfire and I was like, "Oh, not a lot can surprise this girl after what she went through."
Yeah, yeah.
Literally she
Speaking
failed
of,
at chemistry and
I
fucked up so badly that a tornado just whisked her into space or some shit.
speaking of though, I finished reading Lucifer Rising just yesterday, and damn, it was good. Very ace driven.
Very ace driven.
Well, yeah, it's the second story, like after she comes back, and she's kind of like being a bastard to the Doctor instead of him being a bastard to her, and it's quite enjoyable actually.
Oh, Joey, I'm sorry if I lag behind you for like 2 seconds at a time here because for some reason you're lagging at points on my end. I don't know why. That's just how it is. Ow, fuck.
Riveting commentary you're bringing to us, Brian. We'll discuss
Indeed.
technical issues between episodes.
Yeah.
Am I still lagging on your end?
Not right now,
Okay, good.
but I imagine you'll turn into a fly soon anyway.
All right. How do you feel about Chunky Gilmore?
Fucking Chunky Gilmore. I want. Part of me wonders if that name came from Sylvester McCoy or if Ben Aronovich originally wrote it in there.
I th-
Because
I
because
see.
in a lot of bloopers you see early bloopers too. You see Sylvester McCoy making fun of the gun.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that came after the fact and is sort of like just an improv nickname for him.
Well, I know the line itself was improv. I'm not sure if the name was improv. Hmm.
Chunky lovers.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I don't know how I've never noticed that she looks exactly like Barbara before.
You've you really never noticed that.
Never. I never thought about it. I was like, okay, well, the story's fan wink, but like,
Uh,
I never went as far as to think about it on
and I
that
know
level.
it's a stretch, but oh shit, what's his name? I was thinking about his name all day because I like to love hate his character.
Oh, Ace's bastard.
Is his name Mike?
I think I want to say. I don't know,
But
but
yeah, him. He's like I feel like his look is meant to be a sort of mix between Ian and Steven.
if anything, it looks more like a mix between like Ian and Ben. So
Fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't talked much about the what's going on the screen, have we?
No, probably not. So top-notch commentary here. Oh, this bit. For a
Okay.
long time, I couldn't make out what that was. The Daleks eye stalk there.
Yeah. Oh, what, you didn't
Because
know
when
what it was?
I was a
Well, what, you were like 3 when you first watched the story.
well, no, I knew it was the Dalek's eye stalk, right? And I knew it was what the Dalek was seeing, but I couldn't make out what the figure was. So initially, I thought the Dalek eye stalk had just zoomed in on Mike's face.
Oh, fuck. That specific Dalek model looks beautiful in this scene. I think
It
the look is
does.
just, it just looks very striking. I enjoy it.
The fact that you have a boner over a Dalek is a little worrying.
Brian, you're the one with Dalek boners.
I've never looked at a Dalek and been like, "Oh yes, beautiful,
Okay, okay, but Brian, here's the thing.
striking."
But Brian, you are like the biggest Dalek purist I know. You will bitch if a Dalek voice is even ever so slightly not Nick Briggs.
Okay, to be fair, the original ones for Day of the Daleks and Revelation of the Daleks are trash.
Okay, Revelation's not too bad. Day, I admit.
Like, it has to be true to Peter Hawkins' original interpretation.
Ooh, did you see that one shot with McCoy like hiding from the Dalek behind the barrel there? I saw someone on Twitter compare that to like to how Jodie Whittaker was when she first met a Dalek, and I was like, no, shut the fuck up. She, how did you feel? Just like because the shot was somewhat similar. Like, come on. Okay, fine. Who's the blonde bitch supposed to look like then?
Polly.
Okay, fine. If the guy is Ben, then she kind of looks like Polly. You know what? Damn it! Now I'm never gonna unsee this. I hate you, Brian.
You're welcome. You didn't think it was on
I didn't.
purpose?
The only one that like specifically always stood out to me because he's meant to stand out is the guy that looks like the brig.
Because they specifically name drop the brig.
Well, yeah.
So, nothing to do with Remembrance, but I've been into Douglas Adams recently.
Okay.
I
I thought you didn't like Douglas Adams.
So did I. But it actually turns out that now that my tastes have matured a bit, I
See,
like Douglas Adams.
so maybe soon you'll realize that the VNAs are better than the EDAs.
So, I like City of Death now.
The City of Death was always good. Shut the hell up.
I didn't like it before. Now I do.
Has the Doctor ever driven before this other than Bessie? Like just driven a normal car?
I don't know. I mean, Bessie's technically a normal car.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you know, it's the Doctor Who car, and this is just the Doctor driving a stolen vehicle.
I can't... Does riding a bike count?
I doubt it. It's not a motorized vehicle.
I don't think so.
Okay, so who's this guy supposed to look like then?
I don't think he's meant to look like anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this all the time now, just to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Alright, because now you're curious. Look, dude, I've analyzed this story a lot because it's my favorite and it's probably the one I've rewatched the most. But even I don't know everything there is to know about this story. Like, the writer was so fucking detailed in all his little references to the past in it. Really, this is the 25th anniversary special. Fuck Silver Nemesis.
I've actually come to kind of appreciate Silver Nemesis recently.
I don't think it's nearly as bad as everyone says. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's still a pretty flimsy, weak story, but
I still think part 3 is great. Like, part 3, I think, makes up for the lackluster first 2 parts.
I think the end of part 3 is great.
Mm. Well, yeah, definitely, but I don't know, I think part 3 as a whole I enjoy.
As a Cyberman story, I hate it. As an anniversary story, it also sucks. Even the Fourth Reich shit is really terrible, but
Okay.
it's not.
But Nazis, though.
It's not as bad as everyone says. I mean, I'd probably give it a 3.5 or a 4 out of 10 if I was being nice, which is still below average, but you know, some people are like, worst story ever, 1 out of 10, 0 out of 10.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's not that bad, or at least I don't think it is.
The only
Delta,
yeah, I was about to say, like, the only McCoy story I would be so
Delta
harsh
and the
to is
Bannermen, on the other hand.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think I did my McCoy marathon last month, and I just came to appreciate a lot of stories that I didn't originally. Paradise Towers and Silver Nemesis specifically.
So I've never found out an effective way to marathon Classic Who in order.
What do you mean?
Like, if I leave it too long, I forget I'm marathoning it. But if I make a schedule, I don't stick to the schedule. So it's like, what the fuck do I do?
Ooh, forced reference number 4000 already. The French Revolution book. Okay, this episode's great and all, but where are my ancient Gallifrey interludes?
That's only in the book, Joey.
Oh, really, Brian? I would have never fucking guessed.
Actually, I. So was it always planned that it was going to be revealed that the Doctor was the semi-reincarnation of the other, or
It was part of the Cartmel master plan. You know, it wasn't. I don't think it was ever something that was going to be done on television. But it was certainly something that Andrew Cartmel would have
because
continued to
the
push, or I
novelization,
guess specifically Mark Platt would have.
the novelization was written before any of the Virgin New Adventures and their ancient Gallifrey interludes in it.
Yeah, yeah. Like the idea was always there with Andrew Cartmel, Ben Aronovich, and Mark Platt, but I don't think as for TV Doctor Who, it's not an idea that would have worked out. So it's very suited to the literary format, but you could have referenced it, on TV, like you did in Silver Nemesis or in this, or I guess, in the deleted line in this.
What's the deleted line in this?
The far more than just another Time Lord.
Oh.
So,
See, I don't remember that being a deleted line.
yeah, well, because it was recorded, so we know what it sounded like, but it was never
But
broadcast.
I'm saying I remember it being in the original cut that I watched.
No, it's in the novel. We again, we have the clip, but we don't have. It's not
Oh,
part of the episode.
Daleks. I am far more than just another Time Lord.
Yo, idea. You and me should do that scene. You as Davros, me as McCoy.
Yee.
I
We'll
would
do it
do
with telesnaps.
that. You put on a fucking fake Davron, just throw on some makeup, and I'll put on just a similar-ish looking hat. I'll stand in front of
Jesus.
a window to be like the screen. Oh yeah, this transmat effect is shit.
I like it.
I don't.
There's a lot of this story which people are like, yeah, that's a bit poopy, and then I'm like, but I love it.
This is like the only thing really that sticks out to me where I'm just like, yeah, it could have been better.
I like how you see the innards of the Dalek as it starts to appear, though.
Very rough innards of the Dalek. Come on,
You can see the mutant, and you can see just about everything you need to.
ooh, and that especially. Oh damn, that is
I
something.
don't see what's wrong with that, though. It's it's no worse than the fucking teleportation effects in Star Trek.
Yeah, but like Star Trek is just the Star Trek effects are just as shit. I wasn't defending Star Trek in my Remembrance of the Daleks ramblings.
Right, I'm just saying that Star Trek is usually seen better low budget sci-fi series,
I
and
mean,
it's
it's
just
not
like,
it's not like I was saying, oh, that looks shit. Star Trek did it much better. Oh, what are we? We're almost at the end already. I didn't even realize. Here we go.
oh,
That color scheme. Fuck.
I love it.
See,
I
and you said you've never sklooged over a Dalek before.
Well, not the color scheme. I was splooging over the voice, which you can't hear.
Shut up.
Who's
See, look.
doing?
See,
It's
they
not
wait.
Roy Skelton doing this one, is it?
Maybe. Well, we'll see it in the credits.
I
See, they
think
waste.
it's.
See, they wasted all their money on this effect that they just fucked over the
Oh
transmit
no, that's
effect.
Roy Skelton. I can tell because he. Yeah, that's Roy Skelton. I think. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe they'll
See,
surprise me, and it will be Peter Hawkins.
it is Mike. That's his name. Rachel Ratcliffe, the girl.
She doesn't have a name.
Stunt arranger. Oh,
John Leeson?
wait, what? No, what? Fuck no, no way. What?
Holy shit.
No.
No.
All right, hang on. Okay, so these credits are about to end. I'm gonna put next. I'm gonna put up a countdown
But
for the next
Joey,
episode. Brian, I
Joey.
need to cut off. These credits are ending.
Holy shit.
We will resume when we start up episode 2. I'll see you guys in like 5 seconds. I swear. All right. Part 2 starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, so John Leeson. Let's talk about John Leeson.
What the fuck? Where's my phone? Because I can't look it up on my computer. No fucking way.
John fucking Leeson. Oh my god. Wow. See, look at that realistic 3 pictures of Sylvester McCoy.
What are you talking about? It's definitely CGI, man. It's silver.
They put a filter over it, Brian.
Actually, no. I think they painted his face silver.
Oh yes. I remember that. Yes. Can I just talk about how the headmaster is my favorite side character in this story?
Okay, here's a problem I have with this fucking bit. Like, the cliffhanger is great, but how the hell does just being like, knock Ace out?
Yeah. Okay,
like,
but
Ace would be the type of person to go, what the fuck? And just bang him in the head with the bat.
Well, see, look, she does. Look at her. Look at her go. Just the fucking Dalek that just gets denied.
just that sounds great from my end again because I can actually hear it. But he goes exterminate as the door's closing on him.
So, Brian, how many times have you seen this story?
I
Just
have
a rough estimate.
A rough estimate. Oh.
That many, huh?
I'm gonna get out a calculator.
Okay, so point being, through all these times, you never knew it was John Leeson.
Let's see. No, I never did. I'm that age. So I've been seeing it for 13 years. For about half of those, because I was a little kid and little kids watch things on repeat all the goddamn time. I'm gonna say I probably watched it around 6 times a year for 5, 6, 7.
Riveting commentary, Brian.
I'm doing math.
Okay, well, I will interject in the meantime. Did they film in an actual school? I wonder. I don't know.
Maybe. So, by my calculations, this will be the 55th time that I've watched this story.
Fun.
I've
just
watched
look at that
it
fucking Dalek. And look at it die.
Jesus Christ. You can't tell, but I'm T-posing for the Dalek.
No.
Drop an F in the chat.
Oh, God.
Every time a Dalek blows up, drop an F. We should play a drinking game.
I already have a Trial of a Time Lord drinking game.
Oh, well, I'm underage, so I'll have to drink water.
Here, wait, I forget what the rules are. I know I like wrote them down somewhere, but it was like every time a cliffhanger is like a zoom in on the doctor's face. Um, every time the doctor calls the Valley Yard like the boat yard or the scrap yard or something
It
along those
comes up with a
lines.
shitty nickname that doesn't make sense.
Every time Perry's accent slips, and I was like every time Mel screams. There's something else.
Are you sure you won't be dead by the end of that one?
Oh, but you see, that's the idea, Brian.
So basically, what you're telling me, when we go to do Trial of the Time Lord, you are going to get so hammered that I will have to take over the recording bit.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
I will
great.
have so much water inside me, I'll die like that woman who had to hold her wee for a wee. I'm sorry, can you hear that car beeping?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry. I can't really help it.
More riveting commentary for the audience.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Oh
And your
yes,
mother.
my actual favorite scene though in this story
You
with the
know
dude.
there's an extended cut of this scene, right?
I love it because it's with the dude from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That's
well,
the
the
reason. That's the reason I love it.
the extended cut of this scene is it makes it so much better. And God, that car will not shut the fuck up.
Did it just shut up?
Just now, yes.
Perfect.
I don't think there's been a better Sylvester McCoy versus Dalek story.
You're probably right. The We Are the Daleks is pretty good.
But is it as good?
Oh
I,
no, not nearly as good, but I mean
I
it's
think
it's
not.
it's pretty good. I mean, I'm sure if they were allowed to do Dalek stories in the VNAs, that would like blow Remembrance out of the park. But you know,
Ben Aronovich writes the official sequel to Remembrance of the Daleks.
where he doesn't retcon Skaro getting blown up, and instead McCoy just blows up another fucking planet.
Hey, War of the Daleks, as fan wanky as it is, the convoluted explanation makes sense in the end. Because, I forget. Because Davros's timeline ends up not being in sync with the Daleks at some point. So, Destiny of the Daleks takes place like further in the Daleks timeline than it does in Davros's timeline. It's all weird and fucked up.
Yeah, it. You know what I noticed recently? McCoy is weirdly like constantly connected to the first Doctor.
Yeah. But
Um,
I'm gonna try and explain the War of the Daleks explanation
no,
one more
you're
time.
not.
Yes, I
No,
am.
you're not. You're
Yes, I
not. Okay,
am.
before you do that, can I just say what the point I was trying to make with saying that he's connected to Hartnell, in that Lucifer Rising, which I recently read, one of the plot points becomes a prequel to a first Doctor story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Weird.
I won't spoil it, of course, but you know.
But yeah, the John Peel explanation for the Dalek timeline compared with Davros's is all weird and fucked up. But here's how I'll explain it. Basically, after Davros is exterminated in Genesis of the Daleks have like a whole fucking empire ahead of them. And then it crumbles, and in an attempt to regain power or some shit, they need Davros to like I guess show them how to be Daleks, but there's no way he's gonna do it willingly because they don't really really need him, and it would be hard to convince him to help them. if they weren't fucking failing as a species. So they manufacture the Movellans as a threat and take Davros to some other desolate planet and just come up with this whole elaborate scheme to trick the Doctor into thinking that this new planet is Skaro, so he just saves the coordinates into the TARDIS databanks as Skaro because they look identical.
See, I kind of hate that because then it implies that the Daleks are smarter than the Seventh Doctor, and that's just wrong as shit.
I kind of well by the end of War of the Daleks, nobody really wins, and I kind of like that.
Okay, creepy comment incoming. Sophie Aldred is really hot in this scene.
You are fucked up, my friend.
No, I'm not. Hey, she's 25. Shut up.
What if Sophie Aldred is watching this video? You monster.
You know what? I hope she fucking is.
You monster. You absolute.
Okay, but the real question, do you disagree?
Whether or not I agree is besides the point. I didn't come out and outright say it.
I do think that part's really funny.
Why does he kind of look like Richard Nixon?
Who, evil guy talking to the child here?
Yes.
I wouldn't
spoiler alert, that's the fucking kid.
Okay, Brian, they're not going to be watching a Remembrance of the Daleks commentary, not even done by people who worked on Remembrance of the Daleks, unless they have already seen Remembrance of the Daleks, Brian.
I mean, there's always the Brian, possibility.
And is that really the thing you're going to give a spoiler alert for, when we already talked about Skaro getting blown up at the end?
That's true. But it doesn't actually turn out to be Skaro. That's
no, it's wrong.
So basically, I've also worked out a new timeline for Davros that makes sure War of the Daleks, Daleks Among Us, and Terra Firma all fit into the same place.
Is all you think about a fucking Dalek timeline?
Well, that's because the Cyberman timeline is fairly straightforward, and though I do like the concept of the Cybermen more than the Daleks, they haven't been executed quite as well. Okay. Like, if the Cybermen were executed better, I would wank over them more than I do the Daleks.
Okay, I don't think he looks like Richard Nixon.
Maybe.
I mean, the build is similar, but his face looks nothing like him.
Right, he kind of looks like Bradley Walsh's dad.
See, I can believe that.
Fan theory time!
No!
Graham
I know
is Ratcliffe's son.
God, no. Oh wait, here, this is the most hardcore scene. I love this. Look at him go. Look at him go.
I like how this guy's like a trained military guy and he's just struggling with his fucking school teacher. Like, what's the explanation? I don't think there is an explanation for it in the book. It's the same in the book.
Yeah, it just kind of happens.
This dude, how? How are you not just like pulling out some Austin Powers style judo chop moves? There you go. Why did it take you that long, dumbass?
Okay, of all action heroes to compare himself to, why Austin Powers?
Because he's about as retarded.
I forget, he doesn't die there, does he? He didn't just kill him, right?
Oh yeah, he just fucking lays down and dies there.
Oh, yep, that's it. Shit.
Do you remember that meme of that certain someone's face pasted onto that headmaster? Well, I'm not gonna say his name, but
Kieran Smith. Anyway.
B word. Now you have to censor that.
Look, if you weren't gonna go there, I was going to, and well, I did. So, what a bastard Mike is. Fucking love him.
What's that? He's such a cuck.
Okay, so who's she supposed to be? Who's the old lady supposed to be?
Margaret Thatcher. I don't fucking know.
That's
Oh
already
no! Sorry, that's
yeah,
that's the
that's already
next story.
covered.
That's the next story.
All right, what should our next commentary be?
Anything? No, I'm not gonna say that
What?
because you
What?
because I'll say it, then you'll pull some really shitty one out of your ass just to
What?
spite me.
What were you gonna say? Anything that isn't what?
Nothing.
Anything that
Um,
isn't what?
Warriors of the Deep.
Oh, see, I wasn't even gonna say Warriors of the Deep, but you know what? That wouldn't be terrible. That would be quite fun. But yeah. Anyway,
I'd want Dylan on as a guest. Just no. If we do a Warriors of the Deep commentary, we need to do it while Dylan is drunk.
we need to actually make a drinking game out of Warriors of the Deep.
You probably
but
could. There's
but
so many. Every
rules
time
only
the
rules only apply to Dylan.
every time the doctor makes a horrible joke, smells the fucking inside of the suit. What have you been eating?
Every time Turlo's a dick.
You could probably do a Sylvester McCoy drinking game.
Every time McCoy genocides a race.
He doesn't do it that often.
I'm just being a bastard.
If anything, Colin Baker's doctor did it more than he did. Maybe that's John Leeson.
What?
Because this obviously isn't Terry Malloy doing
the voice. Yep. That's
Because it's
probably
not. That's obviously not Terry Malloy, and it's not Roy Skelton. So that's probably John Leeson.
okay. But then why would they credit him on part one?
Because why wouldn't they? I mean, shit. Sometimes you just have certain serials and people are credited in the episode they don't appear in because they were on production.
But how funny would it be if John Leeson wasn't credited on part one and then they credited him on part two, so everybody made fan theories about K9 being the one in the chair?
Oh shit. I wouldn't be surprised if some weird 5-year-old fan who knew way too much about Doctor Who than they should have at the time was like, it's K9! Okay. So this episode,
What about it?
is probably my least favorite of all four of them.
I don't know. Just have like the best cliffhanger though.
Is this the one where he's like, I think I may have miscalculated?
No, that's part three. And what the hell was that voice? You like started to do Hex or something?
I don't fucking know. Well, this is why you play Sylvester McCoy, not me.
Oh, I really love this scene. Not because of the fan wank thing at the end, but because of the racist thing.
Of course you would, you fucking conservative asshole.
I'm not even conservative. God.
I know, that's the joke. Please don't send Joey hate speech or anything because
Actually,
I called him
everyone send Brian hate because he just assumed that all conservatives were racists.
a lot of them are.
See, now you really do deserve the hate. And Brian, what are you doing? I see your mouse moving along the screen. If anybody's curious listening, the way we're doing this is Brian is screen sharing with me his thing, his episodes.
I'm gonna pick her nose now.
No, stop. Okay, fan wank time. Get ready to sklooge. God.
That was the weakest bit of fan wank I have ever had. Like, in terms of fan wank orgasms, that one is like the one you spend 2 hours building up to, right? and then it just results in fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Where Zagreus, on the other hand, ooh,
Fuck off with Zagreus.
knock off Barbara, to knock off Polly, to knock off every 60s Doctor Who companion and fake Brigadier.
And fake Brigadier.
Sir, we couldn't get Nicholas Courtney.
Could you imagine like all of the background people in the scenes in this setting, or just like people were denied because they didn't look enough like Ian or Vicky? It's like, I'm sorry, you do not look enough like Fraser Hines. We cannot have you in this scene here.
There's a lot of eye widening going on in these cuts.
As you said it, McCoy just did an eye widen.
I know. Watch Sophie Aldred's eyes. I bet they're gonna widen when some shit happens.
Well, of course, she's gonna see a fucking Dalek, and her eyes are gonna widen. It's just what happens.
Oh yeah, it's this cliffhanger. Okay,
Yeah, I
now
love this
remember.
cliffhanger. Shitty transmat effect.
Stop.
Check.
It's okay.
It's shitty. Come on. Oh god. All right. Did you ever see that video where someone edited it that the radio here is playing Ballad of the Last Chance Saloon and the Dalek comes in and blows it up? Did you
The
hear me?
Dalek voices in this story are so good. Like Roy Skelton finally has it fucking down.
What, he didn't have it down when he started doing it?
He started in Resurrection, didn't he?
I think.
Oh no, he started in Destiny.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess the Destiny ones are okay.
So what do you think of Michael Wisher's Dalek voices?
I like them.
Quite good. Quite good.
I like Michael Wisher's Dalek voices.
See, like that one at the one desk there is supposed to look like Susan. That one right there, to the right. No, though not the one McCoy's in front of right now. The one that we just passed.
I didn't see her.
Oh. They might pan over again.
No, I wonder why. Oh yeah, Daleks fly for the first time in this story. That's something we kind of skipped over, isn't it?
Well, I was trying to say something, but you were talking over me. I was saying that they wasted all their money on the Dalek flying effect, that they just didn't try it all in the transmat. Here we go. Everyone's generic argument for saying why Ace is a good companion. Right there.
Because she can beat up a fucking Dalek.
Like, literally anyone can do that.
Didn't it turn out that that wasn't the stunt Dalek or something?
I think that's the story behind that. She just started fucking wailing on one of the regular Daleks.
Because I know there's a blooper where she's hitting one that isn't a stunt Dalek, but I'm wondering if
I really do like this scene in Ace's like fight or flight moment. She really is like unsure of herself here, even though she wants to be tough.
And here's a prime example of why the Daleks always fail as villains.
Why?
They're too busy just sitting there shouting instead of getting the fuck on with it.
Yeah.
What do you think of Kef's theme?
It's good. I like it.
A lot of people don't.
Oh yeah, I love McCoy's theme. It's
I like
good
it.
stuff.
Used to be my favorite.
What's your favorite? Oh, is your favorite the Russell Stone one? Or did Russell Stone do the Eighth Doctor one?
No, that was David Arnold, the
That's
same
it.
guy who did all the music for Sherlock.
Mm,
That, yeah, that's my favorite one.
that's your favorite. Okay. Is it weird that my favorite is the TV movie theme?
Yes. Very
I
weird.
don't know why. I always enjoyed
I
it.
mean, it's probably my least favorite, but I still like it. Actually, no, it's not my least favorite. My
Yeah.
least favorite.
Oh shit, the episode's ending. I didn't even realize. Okay. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da,
You have to do this every
ba-da,
time.
ba, da, ba,
Shut the fuck up!
Part 3, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
And you just lost everybody who was watching up until this point.
It's only gonna get worse. Like by the time we do the closing theme of the last part, I'm just gonna be just this incomprehensible, just
You
screeching
aren't
in
even
everybody's ears.
drinking, dude.
I'm not, but I'm having a good time nonetheless.
Meanwhile, I'm being more of the salty bastard I was during the latest Evil and Smythe discussion.
Damn.
Jacob gets on my nerves when I'm in this fucking mood.
Why?
She's such a smartass.
Well, yeah, that's why he's fun to hang around with.
You say anything, and he's just it's like, well, actually. I love you, really, Jacob.
I hope he listens to this. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Ooh, this effect. Yes. Yes.
McCoy just sklooging all over the
Did you see it? Did you see it? He was actually like spraying it. Did you see that? I've never noticed that before. It's hilarious. Like, yeah, it's a flamethrower.
Taste my Gallifreyan cock.
Word to the motherfucker. Speaking of violent things, I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time.
For the first time? What?
A few days ago, yeah.
Oh, that's like one of my favorite movies.
Oh, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Okay, but Brian, have you ever seen The Green Mile, which is my favorite movie of all time?
Pick his nose while he's being strangled. Come on.
Okay, Brian, but have you ever seen The Green Mile?
The Green Mile?
Yeah.
Nah.
That is your next assignment.
I was gonna watch Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade next.
Wait, you've seen it before, right?
No. It's the only Indiana Jones I haven't seen.
You've seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and not Last
I saw
Crusade.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull when it came out.
But not The Last Crusade.
I only saw Temple of Doom in 2013, I think.
You are pathetic, Brian.
I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was the first one I watched.
Oh, God. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
for a long time I didn't like Indiana Jones.
Anyway, Last Crusade is my favorite Indiana Jones film. So, yeah.
I hear it's on par with Raiders of the Lost Ark, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure it will be, because Temple of Doom was really good.
Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom doesn't hold up well, but it's fun if you're into that, like, you know, that really pulpy, makes no fucking sense kind of.
Which I am.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's enjoyable, but I think it's the weakest of the trilogy. Oh yeah, so we're watching Remembrance of the Daleks. McCoy has Ace in the ground. He's bound to rape her any second.
Whoa! Hey!
What?
This needs to stay somewhat family friendly now.
Does it?
Now, when we get to the original Dalek story, that's a whole other
Yeah,
situation.
because Brian, every 10-year-old out there is watching Remembrance of the Daleks with two nerds on a YouTube channel. It's
Hey, it could
that's what
happen. I
shooting.
was the type of kid who would have done that. It could fucking happen.
Yeah, Brian, family friendly. No F words in this
Hey,
chat.
hey, Joey.
Can we drop an F in the chat for Brian's
Watch,
family friendly attitude?
watch your damn mouth, son. Beat you over my knee like Zoe or like Jamie did to Zoe.
He doesn't beat her, he spanks her.
Okay, all right. Some and you produce Big Finish produces a story like that and keeps that in there, and and we wonder why some people are like, "Oh yeah, the '60s Doctor Who is way sexist."
Okay, but that wasn't in the original script, right? It was originally the second Doctor that did it.
What?
Yeah, they changed it from the Doctor doing to have Jamie do it because
Why
it
would
was
you keep it in there at all?
well because it's I know you have you heard Prison in Space?
I don't want to.
It's the thing. Okay, so like it's a big plot point actually. It's something that like snaps Zoe out of like this mind control, um, and Jamie it kind of makes sense for her. Like yeah, no, it doesn't. Who am I kidding?
Oh, the score for this scene is really good.
With Graham's dad.
Just with the church bells and then Kef coming in just slamming his hands on the
Ooh,
keyboard.
speaking of the score for this, you know what I've been listening to recently?
Kef
Uh,
McCoy's music.
okay, so it may seem unrelated for now, but I've been listening to the Class soundtrack, and it's actually really fucking good. Um,
Is it orchestral bullshit?
No, 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 no. It's super otherworldly. I love it. But there's this bonus track on it called Remembrance of the Charlie Quill theme, and it's Charlie Quill's theme, but they put like a Remembrance of the Daleks spin on it. I guess it's like something from the Big Finish stories,
Hmm.
and it's really cool. It's got like
That
that. It's
that
got like
bit
that.
used to make me want to pee my pants when I was little. I don't know why, but that
What
bit where he just fucking sticks a wooden stick in the ground and it turns into electricity just always made me be like, whoo!
I know, scary stuff. A stick going in the ground.
Daleks flying upstairs and sticks going in the ground. Very scary. He doesn't even have the Nicholas Courtney bald spot.
See, look at how normal these people are, though. Normal people sitting around talking military bullshit while eating lunch.
Yep, sounds like a normal military operation to me.
These are normal people. These are relatable characters, Brian.
Yep. I mean, the
Okay,
Brigadier did it when he
okay.
was a colonel.
So you know what kind of pisses me off
What?
is that the original idea for the special weapons Dalek was that it was like an abomination kind of Dalek, and so like they put it in its special casing, and it was the only one of its kind. But now like special weapons Daleks are part of like the Dalek army, and like it's more than just that one Dalek.
Yeah.
Because I love that part in the
It was
novelization.
meant to be a botched experiment, and then even uh, Briggsy, Moffat, and everybody's fucking mom were like, "Ooh, let's just splooge all over that idea."
But the original people.
Terry Malloy.
But the original people. The original people that fucked with special weapons Dalek continuity were Andy Lane and Jim Mortimer.
Who?
They wrote Lucifer Rising, and there's this line where Ace is like, she fought in the Dalek Wars and she killed a special weapons Dalek, and so that just kind of
I
started
think.
fucking with it.
I think. Of course, the planet sings, which is the first Seventh Doctor audio thing I ever produced. 1 out of 2. Um, yeah, that. I think Brax, who wrote the story, actually wrote in a scene where Ace kills a special weapons Dalek. I'm not sure if that's just me misremembering or
I
not.
forget where does that one take place?
Sometime during the Virgin New Adventures, because
Well, yeah,
they name drop Benny.
So is it like post her exit, or like I forget? Was it a solo story? I listened to it a long time ago. I can't remember anything about it.
I can't remember a lot of it either.
Well, anyway, guess what? Speaking of Seventh Doctor audio stuff, time for a shill. So by the time this commentary comes out, Exodus should be releasing currently. So if you haven't listened to that yet, you should get caught up before whatever the next part
Oh,
is
so
comes
that
out.
was your secret agenda behind doing my favorite story.
No,
You were
no.
just like, oh yeah, Remembrance of the Daleks. That's Brian's favorite story. Also, it's fucking a Seventh Doctor story, so we can use it to push our Virgin New Adventures propaganda.
Okay, well, what I was actually gonna, originally I was gonna say our first commentary should be the TV movie, but I was like, oh, Remembrance, Brian likes it, so yeah.
Oh, and as an added bonus, which I totally didn't think about, it's a Seventh Doctor story.
Yeah, so works like it's perfect show material. And then we'll do a Six Doctor one, like when Time of Your Life is happening and all that
You
good shit.
fucking view whore.
Everything's connected, Brian. You need to be caught up on your Joey Morgan continuity.
You think everything out.
Oh, here it is. Wait, this is the thing. Is this the same scene? Right?
Is this the scene where they?
Yeah. The why they call him Chunky, I had no idea. That's it.
Oh yeah, that was that bit.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the scene where they start running down a street or something, and then in the blooper, Sophie Aldred falls flat on her face
Yeah.
as Sylvester just jumps like some rail guard or some shit.
I think McCoy, like, for as much as
So
for as much as people say like this is the first story where he really is the Doctor, I think McCoy is one of those actors that just so easily stepped into the role.
I think so as well.
Like he's like I would say like
Like
along with like Tom Baker and John Pertwee, like just those actors that like stepped so easily into it and just like were the Doctor the moment they stepped on. Whereas
even
whereas like Peter Davison and Patrick Troughton, like they had a rough start and it took them a while to really grasp the character.
yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, even though all of his season 24 stuff pretty much sucks. He I mean, he's a highlight in every story.
Oh yeah, he's always in top form. He's just a joy to watch.
Well, here's another thing I don't understand because Sylvester McCoy is like my third his doctor's my third favorite.
Okay.
So, why does everybody hate his performances in Big Finish?
I have not a fucking clue.
Because everything I've heard from him, even ones that people have said are really shitty performances from him, have been pretty decent.
I think most people just get salty because McCoy isn't invested in like the Cartmel master plan shit. Like McCoy, like as an actor, isn't like he's always interested because like if you listen to like the Love and War behind the scenes, the adaptation, he talks about he's like, oh, there was always this idea that my Doctor would become darker, as the TV series went on, and this being the official continuation, he's like, I can see it there. He's like, and it's a very cool idea, but he never like is very invested in playing the darker Doctor, even though he plays it brilliantly when he's given a script with, and oh god, this Dalek. Anyway,
What's wrong with that one?
what's up? No, I love it.
Oh, that sounded like an oh god, this Dalek, as in, I hate that.
No, I love every Dalek in this. Anyway, but yeah, so like McCoy, like as a person, isn't invested in the Cartwell master plan, but I think people take that as he doesn't give a shit about the role, whereas I just see it as, well, he's not steeped in the continuity like fans are.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, for fans, it's like they're dedicated to Doctor Who, and Sylvester McCoy's kind of just seeing it as a job.
Yeah, like he's an actor. Like he loves the character, but like he's not like, oh, this is the direction I should go, and I should blow planetary story, and it's like it's not.
I wouldn't say Sylvester McCoy is
like big fan who knew a bunch of people involved with the show before he was actually in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't like he wasn't like Colin Baker where he was literally roommates with Patrick Troughton's son.
Yeah, yeah. And like, and Colin Baker was good friends with JNT. Dude went to his fucking wedding. Like, yeah, like these people were involved. McCoy, like, as amazing as he is in the role, he wasn't invested in the show, and still technically isn't.
Yeah.
And you know, like I respect that. You know, he's a working actor. It's not like and still pretty active as an actor.
I
He still
think
does a lot.
most of what he does is theater. I think he is actually a failed stand-up comedian or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, he was originally a circus performer, which
Was he?
yeah, yeah, and
I I didn't
that's what
know that.
yeah, he was originally a circus performer, and that's where all that Greatest Show in the Galaxy stuff comes from.
Oh.
Yeah,
So basically someone was like, "Wait a minute. What if we use Sylvester McCoy's circus background?"
yeah, pretty much, and it's done perfectly. But yeah, he was originally a circus performer turned actor in theater, and then I guess Doctor Who
Wouldn't you
happened.
use a fucking plasma ball as a prop? Like,
They went to put
okay,
like a fucking spirit
har-
Halloween.
harp on it as much as you want, but that was really cool to me as a little kid. Because I never had a plasma ball. That it
Oh, see,
appeared
my,
in
my dad
Doctor
always had
Who,
one.
and then when I went over to my grandparents' house, I could pretend to be the little girl from this story and just be like, "I serve
Brian.
the Daleks."
See, Brian, your butch lesbianness is confirmed even more in you pretending to be a little girl.
Okay, I was 4 years old. There's a difference.
See early signs. I'm gonna
I'm
sniff
good.
it. I'm gonna sniff a Sharpie marker right now, and hopefully I'll be high by the end. Ah, that was strong. God damn it!
What the fuck?
All right. So what's
Oh,
happening?
what?
What's happening in the story? Okay, so McCoy's sneaking around a truck.
We have sneaking music to go along with it too.
It's beautiful. Ratcliffe on the door.
Sylvester McCoy looks so young in this story for some reason. Like younger than his earlier performances. It's weird.
Really? I don't really see a difference, but I okay.
Maybe he just had his hair cut.
Like Peter Davison in Warriors of the Deep.
Eh.
Seriously, like you watch the Five Doctors and his like hair is like super long, and then like he looks like he just came from like
This
from a haircut in Warriors of the Deep.
oh my god, the Virgin New Adventures are so fan wanky sometimes.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait, where? Why did this come in?
That happens in universe. Like that's addressed in universe in Cold Fusion. The Doctor's hair length always changing
Oh,
without him actually going to a hair style.
I have not read Cold Fusion.
Well,
Nor
I listened to the audio drama,
hmm.
and I'm not sure if it's in the book, but if
It
it is,
probably is.
it probably is because that's just something that would come out of that time in Doctor Who history. But yeah, the Fifth Doctor turns to Nissa and goes, "Was my hair longer yesterday?"
God damn
And it's like, why did you feel the need to address that?
it. Oh, that fucking plasma ball. God damn
I love it. And my granddad used to have one that looked exactly like it.
it.
It was that color and everything.
God. Brian, I've already decided who you're gonna play when we adapt Lucifer Rising.
Who am I playing?
You're gonna play this great character called Adjudicator Bishop.
Okay, but when do I get to whip out Cyberman voices?
Killing Ground.
Is that the only one I get to do as Cyberman?
Iceberg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Iceberg's probably sooner than Killing Ground, I think. I forget the schedule, but yeah.
Is it Iceberg like 87 or something?
No, 80s. Iceberg is 18. Release number 18 in the new adventures.
Oh.
Or
Because
no.
you're gonna do Time of Your Life and then you're gonna do Cat's Cradle.
Yeah, Time of Your Life. Hang on. I don't. Hang on. I haven't announced any missing adventures beyond Time of Your Life yet, so I don't want to talk about it too extensively right now. But yeah. Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it between recording. Don't worry.
Okay. Joey, we might have to pause between the recordings.
Why?
I'll tell you between the recordings.
Okay. Well, this episode only has like what, 3-4 minutes yet? It's almost over. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Okay, so how do you feel about Dalek bumping in Classic Who? Like when they like go on a not smooth terrain and they bump around a lot. How do you feel about that?
I think it makes sense.
Well, okay, but do you think it detracts from the story, or does it not affect you at all?
It doesn't affect me at all. You
I
see,
think
Joey. I grew up watching all this shit on VHS tapes. So, the Doctor Who I'm used to is Classic Who.
I know. So am I. I watch it all. It's mostly what I watched when I got into Doctor Who. But what I'm saying is, I think for me sometimes, like, it only detracts when it happens all the fucking time. Like here, it's not bad, but like in Destiny of the Daleks, it's an issue.
Nah, Daleks wobbling doesn't bother me. Ever.
I love McCoy's stance there, like he's fucking drunk.
I wonder how they fixed that problem.
CG probably. I don't know. I mean, they don't really go on not smooth terrain anymore. They're always either flying above like ground or
I guess I've just
rolling for a base.
I need to pay more attention to Mike's character the next time I watch it.
Why?
Because it always goes over my head how Ace comes to the conclusion that he's working for the Daleks.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty easy to figure out overall because he's just kind of a cunt. Like,
I mean,
like nothing about it.
He thinks he's working for Ratcliffe, not the Daleks. But then it's revealed that he is working for the Daleks in a kind of way.
But I mean, like nothing about Mike. Like from the moment you meet him, screams nice guy. He's just kind of a douche.
That is true.
Like, and not in the same way that like Gilmore is a douche. Like Gilmore is a douche just like because he's a burly military leader.
So
Mike's
just screamed wimps into my ear.
Fun. But is it as good as Rice Bar screaming toadies?
Toadies!
I don't know how personal I should get on these
Why
things.
is there water coming from it?
Okay, but can we just appreciate how good the prop itself looks?
That is true. It is.
Like, really... goddamn, that is beautiful.
I think they actually built it too. Like that's being lowered down on a crane.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's where the Transmat budget went.
You need to stop. It's not that bad.
Look, if that is the only effect I'm ragging on in this, it could be a lot worse, Brian. We could be watching Warriors of the Deep.
Please don't say that name. Whoa! I just noticed something.
What?
So you see the end credits, how there's one blue, the blue and then the yellow on top.
Yeah.
Well, in this episode, the credit for the girl, the is yellow, but girl is white.
I
I just picked.
I don't even know how to humor that with a response.
I just picked up on that just now.
Now I'm always gonna look for that when I pay attention to McCoy credits. I'm always gonna be looking for that, and all because you're just a bastard. All right, now on to the next
I
episode.
think Terry knows. You're gonna kill your voice, dude.
All right, part 4 starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
I hate you.
I just
Like,
appreciate how the McCoy titles.
Like, no bullshit. I legitimately hate you. Every time you do that, a little piece of me dies inside. Like, Joey, you do not understand. In most cases, I would not recommend suicide.
But I just appreciate how the McCoy titles just exploded in your face. It just
I don't know why I love them, but I love them so much.
exclude. Did you see that updated? Some guy on YouTube made an updated version of like this with just like better CGI overall, and it looks really good. Like nothing about the theme.
The only thing that looks bad about that updated version is the TARDIS. It doesn't look.
I mean, the TARDIS at least looks better than this one.
No, it doesn't. That's the thing.
It does though.
No, it doesn't.
All right, whatever. That actually hurt my throat doing that theme thing. Ugh.
I told you were gonna kill your voice.
Good. This is the last episode anyway.
You're gonna do it at the end of this one too, aren't you?
Maybe.
God, whoever listens to this commentary, you are a legend. Maybe you should upload it in parts.
No, it's gonna be all one video. I'll put timestamps for each part in the description. So, yeah.
When you shittily dub in a Dalek saying advance. How much do you want to bet they looped that shot?
Of what?
The Daleks coming out of the shuttle. You could do it. It wouldn't be too hard to do.
Well, yeah, but I don't. Maybe.
Actually, no, they wouldn't need to, because there's a scene in this story where a bunch of Imperial Daleks are all together. It's like more than 3 on screen at once, which is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the Dalek army is actually a Dalek army.
I talk about the. Wait, what scene is that?
It's coming up soon. Oh yeah.
See, Mike is just a dick. Like there are no redeeming qualities about this Ben ripoff.
Yeah, he is kind of a Ben ripoff in some way.
Well, I say Ben ripoff mostly because of his look, but also like
I don't know. In some scenes, he kind of looks like Mark Strickson.
I disagree there.
Look at his haircut.
It's not the no. I see. There it is. Yeah. Also, I was thinking of the right thing. The fight in the street. Yeah.
And now we have the whites versus the blacks. An age-old battle.
I think I'm just gonna cut this commentary off right here.
That's the pinnacle.
That's it. Like we have.
That's all we need to say.
We have reached peak commentary.
Hey,
oh god.
That's the subtext of this story.
I know, but. Ah, shit. All right. Anyway.
I mean, even fucking chess does it. Fucking chess. Yin yang, motherfucker.
Anyway, here it
Light
is.
versus dark.
Here is the boy.
Star Wars does it too.
Here is the boy.
The thick boy. The thicker weapons Dalek. That's what it is.
To quote the book, this is why they call me the thick boy. I do love that quote from the book where he says, "This is why they call me the abomination."
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There is that sort of internal monologue scene we get
Yeah.
with the special weapons Dalek.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The special weapons Dalek is the edgiest Dalek, I think.
Oh yeah.
Just like,
Okay, see, I know
I'm not like the other Daleks, and none of them understand me.
I know I've been complaining about no Gallifrey interludes here, but I mean, come on, the other's been here the whole time. Rip Titan Comics weebs.
What?
Do you know about that? That
I
there's
haven't. Whoa, hold up.
What?
Look, I read I've read Titan comics. Okay, I haven't gotten to the Seventh Doctor one yet because I'm very slowly reading them in order.
Oh no
I
no
think-
no! It's an 11th Doctor one where supposedly, and it's so shit. There's this one, an 11th Doctor one, where they explain that the Doctor is not a reincarnation of the other, but the Doctor is he went back to ancient Gallifrey as the 11th Doctor and like met Rassilon and lived an entire life with him, calling himself the other.
But what about passion?
See? No, that's not the name, Brian.
Oh no, yeah, your patience. Fuck.
Passion. But what about passion, man?
I get the two confused sometimes. I don't know why. But yeah, what about patience, yo?
Yeah. So it's really shit. Don't ever read it. I know I haven't.
I'll probably come across it at some point. Hashtag not Scaro. That it is. Scaro.
Scarrow.
Yeah, it's pronounced Scar. Oh. Like the scar on Harry Potter's forehead.
Get it, Brian? Because it's a war-ravaged planet. It is scarred. Do you get
Right,
that?
but
Do you get? But do you get that Terry Nation symbolism, though? Do you understand Terry Nation's subtle writing?
I get it, but a lot of Americans are like, ooh, it's probably pronounced Scarrow.
No, nobody says that.
You'd be surprised.
Nobody says that, Brian.
I think Emergency Awesome says that.
Oh, yeah, but you can't trust Emergency Awesome for that shit.
Hey, if Emergency Awesome is not the only person who says Davros,
My uncle says Davros.
then you can be
Or no, he doesn't say.
there's
he
a
doesn't-
cold place in hell for anybody who fucking says Scarrow.
Okay, sorry, I lie. My uncle does not say Davros. He says what is it? I don't know. Davros. That's it. That's what he says. I couldn't think of it.
I know someone else who calls Davros Davros, yeah.
Who's the hotter Dalek? The Renegade Supreme Dalek or the Special Weapons Dalek?
Gotta go with Renegade Supreme.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a special story about that Dalek design.
You fucked it?
Nah.
Okay.
Basically, an uncle that I am now no longer in contact with for really stupid reasons is he used to send postcards from Canada where he lives. And one of the postcards I got was of that Dalek coming out of that little green door like it just did.
Cool.
And then I lost it. And now I'm sad.
And now the plasma ball is back.
He still sends postcards sometimes. Whenever he goes anywhere really interesting.
Oh yeah,
But
Ratcliffe just kind of fucking dies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like,
It's not even like a big moment. The girl just kind of Emperor Palpatine's
zaps.
it. The girl just kind of Emperor Palpatine's him, and he just kind of
Yeah,
falls
when was
over.
that ever established that she could do that?
Like, just starts fucking shooting lightning out of her hands. She got it from the plasma ball or something.
You can see the girl's face when she does it. She's just like, yeet, motherfucker. And Ratcliffe is like, oh no, she got my skeet.
That should be the actual dialogue. Could you imagine?
And then Mike's quickly takes the plasma ball and is like, I'm sorry I couldn't beat your meat. So, see, I can rhyme.
And then we cut to McCoy and he says, "Time to put the yeet on Scarrow."
The hand of Yeet Mega.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the Hand of Omega at all. Well, which isn't really. Yeah, you get what I mean. But it's a thing.
Isn't important at all.
Well, I mean, it's important as like the MacGuffin, but it's about it.
Like, what? Okay, so I have a question. If the Doctor's plan was to use the Hand of Omega to kill the Daleks all along, then why would the first Doctor, pre-meeting the Daleks, be like, yeah, I'm just gonna take this with me, kill a Dalek or two? That's one thing I don't get.
I mean, maybe a contingency against the Time Lords? I don't know.
Damn, Ratcliffe's dead face. Did you see those eyes rolled up and still open? That's brutal. Damn.
All because she was yeeted by Emperor Palpatine.
What's going through Sylvester McCoy's head right now? Gonna genocide the Daleks. Gonna genocide the Daleks.
I could just see that meme of the mom leaving the house and then McCoy running to his laptop on Google and searching up how to blow up a planet.
Speaking of just yeeting the Daleks' lives away, how about Resolution, though?
That was a story that exists.
I liked Resolution, but I did have a problem with some of the Doctor's like morals and.
Well, could we just talk about how fucking flawed the Doctor's decision was to open the TARDIS doors at the end? Like, she did not think that through at all.
Okay, and here's another issue with that. It's like, not even an episode ago, you were like, no, no, Graham, you can't kill this thing that has killed a person you loved and probably a lot more. No, you can't. But I can kill a Dalek.
But you see, Brian, but you see, Brian, it's the Daleks, so the Daleks are different.
No, they fucking ain't.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Jodie's Doctor is so fucking flawed.
At least Sylvester McCoy's Doctor is consistent with his morals.
He consistently genocides alien races.
I mean, he doesn't consistently genocide alien races, but he'll do it if he fucking has to.
Sylvester McCoy indiscriminately murders people.
Holy shit. That's a way of putting it.
Although, can we just applaud Resolution? No, I'm talking first. Can we just applaud Resolution for being like a New Who Dalek story with a good Dalek in it, like a well written Dalek?
I just had a really horrible image in my head.
What?
So imagine Sylvester McCoy just moons Davros, right? Wait, it gets worse. He doesn't know the Dalek Emperor is Davros, right? So it just moons the Dalek Emperor, and then the Dalek Emperor opens its hood and reveals it's Davros, and Davros has this weird sort of rotting sausage in his hand.
What?
Sylvester McCoy is like, "Fill me with unlimited rice pudding."
But could you imagine if it was not Davros that came out of that Emperor Dalek, but it was Big Chungus? And McCoy just like
That'll hold him.
McCoy just sort of just like gives up on his entire plan. He sees it's Big Chungus. He just gives up. He knows there's no hope. Also, let's be real. This is Terry Malloy's weakest Davros performance.
For obvious reasons, but why does he have black in his mouth?
I don't know. I never got that.
Like, why is his mouth so hideously blackened that he's actually oozing black out of his mouth?
See, Ace, he just had to fuck the guy with the nicely combed hair. So now you're gonna move on to an even nicer looking guy in the 1960s, and then you're gonna try to fuck a Calvin Klein model at the end of the universe, and then you're gonna fall in love with a guy for a tattoo, and he's gonna die, and you're gonna be all bitchy.
Wow, way to be empathetic and sympathetic, cunt.
Ace's character arc summed up.
I want to kiss Davros on the mouth. Take some of that black off him.
Oh, this is something I hate too. Why is his eye glowing as he talks?
That's never bothered me, actually.
That bothers me. He's not a fucking Dalek.
I guess the black mouth doesn't really bother me. I just don't know why they felt the need to do it.
Yeah.
Like, the black mouth doesn't actually detract from
No.
my enjoyment of this scene.
I'm just bitching about the eye on his forehead.
But yeah, before now, I've never actually thought, wait a minute, it's not that black in any of the other stories. Why did they do it here? It must have been such a plot twist, but in retrospect, when you watch this, it's so obvious that the doctor's bluffing, like, no, don't use the hand! Please, for the love of God! It's like, seriously? There's Antolin, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Could anything John Peele's written for Doctor Who just not be canon?
Nope. It needs to be canon. 'Cause Big Finish said it is.
I just hate how much of a cunt like John Peel is when it comes to continuity. Like,
I'm a continuity cunt, though, too.
yeah, I know, but like he like has to be the one to start at the Time War mark. He has to be the one to explain away Scarro's destruction. The only inconsequential original Doctor Who story he wrote was Evolution, but even then, that explained away the Doctor Who explanation for Sherlock Holmes existing.
Whoa! The black is actually oozing out of his mouth now.
Goodbye, Davros. I like how Davros just yeets away.
He's just like, fuck this.
I just like how he like ducks inside the Emperor Dock as it closes up.
See, I remember watching this before Stolen Earth and Journey's End and being like, Davros's escape pod never made it out. My ass didn't know Big Finish existed. Wait a minute, this hasn't been cleared up yet?
No, there's
I
still
thought...
like there's still like 2 epilogues before the story actually ends.
Oh.
There's this, and then there's McCoy.
Why is he like, I love you, but I'm gonna point a gun at you?
Well, there's this, and then there's McCoy depressing a Dalek into killing himself.
Oh yeah, that's right.
See, Mike gets killed via lightning.
Then they have a funeral for him, and Ace is just like, oh, I feel all bad. It's like, no, cunt, he pulled a gun on you.
Here we go. I love this. McCoy literally depresses a Dalek into killing itself.
Imagine Ace is just standing behind the door with her bat ready to swing at the little kid.
Oh, look at McCoy here. Fucking, what a man.
The music during this scene is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Other than the ring around the rosy bits.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that Dalek wobbling?
That's fine. Like I said, this story, it's not too bad, but like Destiny is the one that just pisses me right off.
I mean, there's no reason for it to be wobbling. It isn't like moving on rough terrain or anything. Wow.
Imagine Ace's plan backfires and one of the shards of the mirror just comes
Just
down.
fucking decapitates her.
Those were big shards too. Like it wasn't like it broke into like a million pieces. That could have killed someone.
When the Dalek is shitting its pants.
Okay, this always annoys me. What happens to the camera here?
What do you mean?
Well, what's happening to the camera here? Focusing on the Dalek.
What are you talking about? The Dalek has got a weird effect on it.
Yeah, it's weird because it's affecting the rest of the camera too.
It's the Dalek vaporizing, bro.
Yeah, because every time a Dalek has blown up before, that's what it looked like.
It couldn't handle it, so it just popped out of existence and left a trail of ash behind it.
Yeah, that kind of makes no sense. Huh?
I wonder if the book has an explanation for it.
I forget. That was one of the first Doctor Who books I ever read. Yeet
Dust
to yeet.
to dust.
Hey, no. I said yeet to yeet. I like how he blows on the umbrella there.
I do too.
Nice little touch.
Oh, and then you just have it end on this really fucking depressing note.
Plot twist, though. The funeral is actually for the headmaster. This man was a hero.
Ace is just like, I feel so bad that he was enslaved to the Daleks. Like the headmaster was actually Gilmore's cousin.
No. Ace thinks that Mike is in there, and she's like, I feel so bad. And the Doctor's like, no, a far greater hero is in that casket.
Oh, that last line's really
How fucking depressing. I love it.
Time will tell.
I think there's something wrong with how much I love depressing Doctor Who stories.
I mean, you don't like the last, so you can't even say that.
The last is okay. If you have not read Lucifer Rising, you cannot even try to define what a depressing Doctor Who story.
There he is, Terry Malloy.
Terry Malloy. Anyway, so I guess this is the end. This was the commentary. Did you have fun, Brian?
Yeah.
Cool,
kind of.
Cool. I guess I did too. That was about it. Anything you want to plug before we yeet out of here?
Goldilocks War coming soon.
And Exodus, wherever part we're at, keep watching it, hopefully. And if you haven't watched it already, watch that. If you haven't listened to anything New Adventure adaptation related, listen to Genesis first. I have a playlist on my channel. It's called like Novel Adaptations: The Complete Story. This is the end.
But wait!
We still got like 10 seconds. Go ahead, say whatever you want to say.
Oh,
Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da.